Boss Fight Gaming. Get ready. Fight!
Hey guys, welcome back to another boss fight gaming tutorial achievement guide for Craftopia. We are playing our part 4 today, I believe. Yeah, part 4. And we carried on from where we left off, and we're going to get some more achievements. Now, this one again, this episode again will require a little bit of luck due to the fact that the levels that we're going to purchase will be random. But we are going to jump straight in and hopefully get you these achievements as simple and as easy as possible. So we're going to go on single player as we usually do. Maybe you're already in there, so just wait for me to join in. So join in. So yes, main. We're going to go over to here and we are going to upgrade our shrine, our altar of transportation shrine, altar, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do this row and this, is it column and row? Column and row. So basically on the left hand side it says that island level 3. We are going to be doing all our island level 3s. Now I am going to pause the video. Well, I'm not going to pause the video, so I'm going to cut the video just for a second while I go and get the ingredients that I need. So we need 50 wood for each one. So 50, 100, 200, 350. So we need 350 wood. We need 140 iron and quite a lot of wheat. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 wheat. So hopefully you kept track of what I've just said, because I've already forgot it. But yeah, go and collect those things and then come back here and we're going to upgrade our altar of transportation. Okay guys, so just the best thing to do here would be to grab a pen and paper. And now we've got our ingredients to upgrade our shrine of altar, or altar of transportation should I say. We're going to come over and we're going to click on it and we're going to upgrade it. Now we are going to buy all our level 3s, which is the next islands to the right and above, the ones that we already own. And these are all level 3 islands. Now what we're actually looking for on level 3 islands are the royal tombs. And these are dungeons, so if you have the dungeon maps from the link in the description that I've made, and even off every map now I have done a video guide, a map for, which shows you where every single dungeon is. I want you to use this map on these level 3 islands, and you need to go find the tomb, the royal tombs, and in one of those royal tombs there should be a griffin. Now you may get a gunslinger lizard, or you may get the griffin. It's going to take a little bit of luck for you to go and find one of these, for you to find the griffin. However, I did it earlier. I did it over the last couple of days just to keep testing it, and I found loads and loads of griffins, so there should be no reason. Now, I did spend quite a bit of time going in to Dungeon of Island, and Dungeon of Meadow also, just to level up my character to level 30. I would recommend you doing something similar, so just going into these dungeons and leveling up, try and get up to around level about 30. However, it's totally up to you. If you don't want to, it's fine, but you may struggle on the next set of islands that we unlock. So first of all, we're unlocking level 3 islands, like I said, and what you need to do is you need to visit them, and you will need to find the royal tombs, and inside you'll need to find the griffin. Kill the griffin to get your achievement, and that is the next achievement in the row. Also guys, what I want you to do is when you find a royal tomb, by using the maps that I've created for you, again following the dungeons in the grid on your map, again you can bring up your map by pressing right on your D-pad. Just make a note of which island it is that you find the dungeon, and keep a note of which dungeon has the griffin in, just in case you want to upgrade your weapons later, or your armor later, because you do sometimes need griffin feathers or griffin part of some kind to get those. Anyway, so just wanted to give you a little bit of a tip, another one, just to help you on your travels in this game. Now dungeons can be very, very tedious, especially when you've done as many as I have. If you want to get through them quickly, the best thing that I have found, better than running, because running seems to take forever, is just use your helicopter, chuck it on the ground, and basically fly through. You can do this on the desert the royal tomb as well. However, it's not completely necessary. Now what you would have to do on a normal dungeon is fly over the first group of enemies and then land and quickly get off. Fight the enemies away from your helicopter just so you don't damage it. Kill them. These are really low levels, and you can see I'm level 31 now due to the fact that I've been doing loads of dungeons to get my character level up. Hopefully I recommend you to do that as well, like I mentioned. But basically, yeah, just fly through and it's 10 times quicker than walking, trust me. You can make cannons and stuff to help you get through, but again, that will require you to do a lot of building. So basically, go over the second enemies and do the same again. Park it down here, get off and move away from it so you don't accidentally damage it yourself, or it doesn't take damage from enemies. And basically, yeah, just kill all the enemies. And then, once all the enemies are dead, you're okay to come back over there, get back on it again, and fly through. Now this door here usually is locked, so you would have to get off, open the door, climb back in, and then fly again. Don't fly into the port with your helicopter. I have no idea what that will do. It might destroy it, and it's a pain to get another one back, so just get off just before it and pick it up and jump through. Now there is a bad guy here, but I'm not going to bother fighting him. Once you've killed him, just jump back on your helicopter and fly back through here again. Even though it looks quite close and you can see it, it's still quicker to jump in your helicopter. Trust me on that one. You have to come over here, get off, collect your shield and talisman and all your chests. Then you probably don't need it after that point actually, so you can get rid of it and basically fly to the end. Don't forget to pick up your treasure at the beginning and the end of a dungeon. And again, you can use the helicopter trick on the royal tomb. However, it's a little bit more narrow on that, and it's probably not necessarily because there's loads of stairs that you can literally fly from. But I just wanted to share that little tip with you guys. Hey guys, so hopefully you have been exploring your islands and you've come across one of these bad boys. Yay! We have explored and we have found the Tomb of the King. I think it's called the Tomb of the King. I'm about to find out anyway because I'm going to go in and hopefully we're going to find a griffin. So yeah, this is one of the buildings you are looking for. Hopefully we can come in here and find a griffin. But anyway, I'm gonna repair my two swords, so I'm just gonna press Y on them. Now it does cost a little bit of money, not too much. But I'm just gonna hold Y on them both and charge them up a little bit, or repair them up, should I say. And then we're gonna head up the steps and head into the boss chamber. I think this is the boss chamber anyway. We're about to find out. If not, it's not much further anyway. So let's go down the stairs. There it is. There's a portal to the boss chamber. Fingers crossed for a griffin. Ah, griffin! Yay! So, yes, sweet. So, griffin, let's do this. Don't forget to use your berserk. Try to avoid his wind attacks. And basically just keep trashing into him, dodging whenever he does a wind attack. He does fill the entire base up, or the entire area up. But he's pretty, I find him pretty easy. Whenever he does this, tap B so you can move again. Keep an eye on your health. Keep an eye on your weapon damage, health as well. And with your berserk on, just keep going and sort of getting right up in his face as much as possible. Don't forget to heal when you get quite low. Remember, if you do struggle on any of these bosses, to go do some easier level boss dungeons, and also to make sure that every time you do a dungeon and you have 4 tablets, to go and level up your health with Anubis on one of the floating islands. And it's as simple as that. Achievement unlocked. So easy. You can get it within no time at all. Right. Once you've got your griffin kill and you've got your achievement, we need to go back to our beginner island. And we need to buy the next island rose. So now we're going to go and find those. And we're going to start purchasing islands 4. So level islands 4, which is this one, 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 and this one. Now I have wrote down all the ingredients we need. So you will need 450 wood, 90 cogs, and 180 wheat bags. Now, I haven't got quite that amount of wood, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unlock, say, 4 islands, go and check them. Then if I haven't managed to find it by then, I'll go and get the rest of the wood and get the rest. Just save me having to go and do all that now. So I'm going to use some of my iron that I got earlier, and I'm going to unlock some of these. And I need 90 cogs in total, which is the equivalent of 180 iron ingots. But we have lots anyway, so no bother at all. So I'm going to put 45 on one workbench, and I'm going to put 45 on the other workbench. So where are they? There they are. 45 on this workbench too. Just like so. 45, right. They do go up quite quick. But just as they do that, I am actually going to take this opportunity to go and chop some of that wood now. Don't know why I'm accenting the quick selection menu, so I'm going to just quickly do that. Ignore the wheat stat like that. That is a bit of a trick that you can do to get wheat quicker. However, I'm not sure the quantity is quite right, so that's the reason why I haven't told you guys about it. But anyway, I'm going to collect some wood. Just while my cogs do up. And then I'm going to unlock those next islands. And then we're going to go and do the same as before, but on those islands. And on those islands, we only need to look for the dungeon of Island and Dungeon of Meadow, because that's the only two where you can find the Executioner Lizard and the Messenger. So just to keep that in mind. And again, when we do find them, we are going to make a note of what island they are on and which dungeon they are in. I don't know if you guys know this, and I hope you've known this all along. Dungeons are random, and on my map they may look like a specific dungeon, but on your map they would be technically completely different dungeons. Hopefully you knew that, and hopefully I have said it before at some point. I'm sure I have. But anyway, that should be enough wood just to get us going a little bit, and hopefully the cogs are complete. And we can go move on to our next. Nearly complete they are. So 11 and 5. And yeah, once we collect them, as I mentioned, we are going to go and buy our next set of islands. And we're going to go and explore them and hopefully find Messenger and Executioner. And then we'll be on to the next part of the tutorial, which will be the most tedious because it is a lot of waiting around. But that should be the last video, and then you should have your 1,000 for 1,000. Hopefully you have got most of these achievements with ease and you haven't had to go hunting too much. Don't forget guys, if you do see poo on the floor, do pick that up. Anyway, so as I mentioned, we're going to buy some of these now. I got 600 odd wood now. Anyway, so I've got enough anyway. Don't know how I managed to get that much, but okay, fine. So let's open them all then. So we have opened them all. Again, you can find a map for most of these islands in the description under this video. Click on the image and then just use the grid reference to find where the dungeons are. Use your helicopter to fly to those dungeons and then fight the bosses there. If you find a messenger or a executioner, please do keep a note of where that is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here, and then I'm going to find those bad guys, those bosses myself, and then I can show you how to do those. Don't forget, at the beginning of both the dungeon of Island and Dungeon of Meadow, and at the end of the dungeon, there is a secret room behind the wall, right behind the portals, and they will have good stuff in there, so don't forget to pick up that good stuff. Don't forget to take 2 markets with you so you can sell any weapons that you don't want and any materials that you find very quickly. And yeah, so go and find those bosses, guys. Right guys, so the first dungeon I actually went into after entering level 4 islands, I actually found the executioner. He was in a desert, a dungeon of islands. So hopefully you're around about level 30. If not, you still should be able to do it as long as you keep in consideration the main things, which are to make sure that your weapons are fully upgraded. When I say upgraded, I mean fixed. Make sure they're not damaged. Make sure that you use Berserk, and make sure you heal yourself often, and make sure that you've also been using your talismans or your stones to buy your health upgrades from Anubis. And with those in mind, you should be absolutely fine to kill the Executioner. He does pack a little bit of a punch, but as long as you've been working on your character, you should have no issue to really be able to defeat this boss. So yeah, we are going to carry on laying into him. And what we're going to do is we are going to make a note, don't forget, of where we can find this boss. And the reason is we need is one of the items that he drops, we need to make our armor for the next part of this tutorial. So be sure to keep a note of where this boss is, because we need to beat him around about 10 or 11 times. But as long as you're following on what I've mentioned, you should have no problem at all beating this guy. Like I said, he does pack a punch. Make sure you are keeping an eye on your health, and make sure to heal yourself once you get to, say, 3 hearts, 4 hearts maybe. And don't forget to tap B when he does put you in a bit of a trance. Don't be afraid to use your roll button every now and again, just to try and dodge some of those attacks. But as I mentioned, pretty straightforward. Achievement unlocked. It's the execution scales that we need more than anything else, so just keep those in mind. Now, I will go to the end of the dungeon again. Don't forget to use your helicopter to get through the dungeon, and don't forget to use your markets to sell any unwanted goodies. And don't forget to put on any new weapons that are better single-handed weapons in both of your one-handed slots if they are better than the ones that you're carrying. And basically, don't forget, it's really important that you don't forget where this enemy is. So if you have found the Executioner, hopefully you have, make a note of which island he is on and exactly which dungeon he is on. So for example, if the dungeon is in F6 slot on your map, write which island it is. For example, Island of Cherry Blossom F6, and then that way you know it's that dungeon where that boss is. And that way when you need to come back to get his skills to upgrade your armor, you'll know exactly where he is without having to find it. And yeah. Hey guys, so I am actually gonna go ahead and end this video here, and you're probably thinking, well, I haven't showed you where the messenger is, or how to defeat him at least. You should just know where he is, because he's in either a level 3 dungeon of Meadow or Island, or a level 4 dungeon of Meadow or dungeon of Island, or even less than that. But the higher the level, the more likelihood that you will encounter him. However, I've been searching for him now for 6 hours straight, and I'm nearly level 34, as you can see on the screen, and I still haven't found him. I've nearly made me 10 million. I've nearly made the 10 million without having to do the money glitch. It's not a glitch, but it's like a money farm. So I've nearly got my 10 million without even having to do that, just by going over and over and over in these dungeons. I'm hoping you guys have managed to find him. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to not put it in this tutorial video at all. But the way you got to find him is, as I mentioned, when you get either level 3 islands or level 4 islands, go to the dungeons, Dungeon of Meadow, Dungeon of Island, and you should find the messenger. Now, some of you may have found him in your first dungeon, like I did with the Executioner. Hopefully you have, and hopefully not having bad luck like me and searching for 6 hours for this guy and never find him. But he's really easy anyway. There's nothing to him really. As long as you're around level 30, you've got half decent weapons, you should be able to smash him. There's no problem. I have no doubt that you will. I am sorry that I can't include it in this video, but if I spend any more time doing this, I'll never be able to finish the video, and I know a lot of people are waiting for this to finish. So you know how to do it, guys. I shouldn't really need to show you, so hopefully you can go ahead and get that. I will be back with another tutorial very soon to finish off this game and get the 1000G. We need to do a little bit of farming in the last episode. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Again, apologies that that's not going to be included, but you should be able to do it pretty easily, and hopefully 90% of you have found it, and anyone else just needs to look a little bit more. So yeah, thank you, guys.
Boss fight gaming. You lose. Game over.